I'd firstly like to introduce, and it is my great pleasure, Tony Visa, the Governor of the Qoin Association. Tony is the current Governor of the Qoin Association Limited, is a Director of Blockchain Investments Group, Bartercard International Group and BPS Financial Limited. Holding a BCom in Accounting and Economics Honours degree, Tony is also a registered chartered accountant in Australia, New Zealand and South Africa. He's a veteran of over 30 mergers and acquisitions and 3 IPOs. And Tony also contributes to the community as a director of the One Light Charity Foundation that helps to combat extreme suffering. Previously, Tony was Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer of the ASX-listed BPS Technology, operating an incentive platform in 6 countries over 10 years. Prior to that, Tony was the Chief Exec of JSE, listed One Logistic Group, which included 226 post-net network over 3 years. And prior to that, Executive Director of JSE listed Super Group, South Africa's second largest transport and logistics company. Tony's passion to help business owners achieve success against the giant corporates is something that he's truly passionate about. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to welcome and cross over to our Governor of the Qoin Association, Mr. Tony Visa. Tony, come on in.
Thank you, Andrew, and greetings to all our merchants and wallet holders across Australia and New Zealand. Today I want to cover the latest industry trends, the present Qoin, and a 2021 outlook. The digital asset industry, as we know, also known as cryptos, has made enormous progress this last year in 2020 through COVID to be widely recognized as a new asset class alongside gold, property, shares or equities, and bonds and cash as well. Many of the world's largest financial institutions have started to invest billions of dollars into Bitcoin and other digital assets as well. The largest payment companies have recently announced, like PayPal and Square, have recently announced that they will allow recognized digital currencies to be paid through their systems. Many countries are also developing their own central bank digital currencies, known as CBDCs, firstly launched by China in October this year. Due to this digital assets going mainstream, has pushed the prices of the largest cryptos into triple-digit growth. As we know, Bitcoin and other cryptos have more than doubled over the last 6 months alone. This leaves our Qoin in a particularly positive position going into 2021. Qoin has grown from 0 in January to over 25,000 wallet holders, including 15,000 merchants today. As many things can go wrong with such explosive growth, governance is a top priority for us. An audit and compliance department has been established recently to validate new merchants and enforcement of our AFSL and AML obligations. The Qoin movement is now serviced by a team of more than 400, including tech developers, merchant onboarding and supporting teams, as well as assistants in the field across Australia and New Zealand. We have listened to our merchants and have also established a very experienced trading department to facilitate buying and selling of products and services in the Qoin ecosystem. You will meet a few of those leaders today. The Qoin currency is realized by either spending it or selling it on an exchange for cash, obviously subject to buyers and sellers. On both fronts, we are pleased to announce that next week the Q Shop will open to trade products and services, and the first exchange, called the Block Trade Exchange Limited, BTX as we name it, will commence trading Qoin for cash subject to buyers and sellers. Both the Q Shop and BTX will complete the key building blocks of the Qoin movement, and we are excited to enter 2021 into the rest of the world, country by country, with great confidence, pride, and enthusiasm. Enjoy this trading masterclass, and please learn intently how to best leverage your precious growing digital asset, Qoin. Thank you, and God bless the Qoin movement.
Tony, thank you very much. Always good to have you on. And as always, very, very informative. Thank you very, very much for your time again. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the pleasure of taking you through the marketing exercises that the Qoin global marketing team have taken on to really expose the Qoin brand on behalf of all of the merchants. And what I'd like to do is just take you through some slides and some examples of what your Qoin marketing team's been doing to really put the Qoin brand out there, not just online, but also offline and in the general public eyes, if you like. So I'd like to start having a look at that first slide that would be up on your screen now, is having a look at some merchant stories. So basically what we've been doing is working with here in Australia and now engaging with a PR firm in New Zealand. And what we're actually doing is we're wanting to put our merchants, our Qoin merchants that have joined the ecosystem, into the eyes of the media in their local area. We've been able to achieve that with over 30 media pieces that have been placed on behalf of our Qoin merchants that have profiled their business in their local media space, which we love. Now, what we have been running, and we have a lot of Qoin merchants that are on at this event with us today. What we have been doing over the last number of months, as you know, in preparation, Tony just mentioned that excitedly the Q shop is on its way. But in the meantime, we've been running merchant shout-outs and Qoin classifieds. And yeah, they've been working really, really well for merchants. So as of next week, with the Q shop going live, where all of our merchants are going to be able to place their products and services for sale and also be able to go shopping. We will obviously be moving on from the Qoin classified that is being sent out with the Q shop, but what we will still be doing is a lot of those merchant shout outs, because it's all about the community growing and seeing awesome other merchants that are also in the community. Let's talk a little about sponsorships in both Australia and New Zealand. So it's really been an interesting year for us within sponsorship. As everybody knows, most sport around the world was closed down for a number of months. But that certainly didn't stop the team in what they were able to achieve with exposing the Qoin brand out in the marketplace. So as we can see there, we've got a few slides on the exposure opportunities. Last night, we had the exciting All-Star Celebrity Slam in New Zealand. And we're also currently in negotiation with some really cool sponsorships into 2021, which is just going to put the Qoin brand out there for all of the merchants, and it's really there to build the ecosystem. So talking about a really new area, which is that slide that we have up now, it's about our online events. So this has been a really new area for us, but it's all about the consumers. So as you well know, we've been building the merchant base over the last 10 or 11 months, but it's all now about bringing those extra customers into the ecosystem to truly use Qoin as that utility coin. So what we have engaged with is the V8 supercars in their E-Series, so the online racing. That's been a 6-week series with a week to go. And also, as of last week, qualifying started for the first 2 online gaming tournaments with a platform called Mogul. And that is looking at 2 different aspects, or 2 different games, being Valorant and I've just forgotten the other one. Sorry, Fortnite. So Valorant and Fortnite. Very, very different demographics of people that play those particular games, but they are actual Qoin tournaments. Now, a little different space for some of us, but it's really about diversifying now moving forward, because the Qoin community is so much about all different demographics, and we love to see everybody within the community. So talking a little about the offline activities. So our main focus going forward with Qoin is about digital and online. But it's really important for our local merchants in all the countries that we're expanding into to see the Qoin brand in their local neighbourhoods. So we've been doing a lot of offline, so billboards, cinema, radio and print, We've had major signage at sporting grounds around the country, including the State of Origin, the NRL Grand Final Series and the Super Rugby Championship at the ANZ Stadium. A lot of you may have seen the sign up there, over there. So it's very important for us to also have an offline presence. Lastly, as you can see up on your screen right now, is all about social media. And I really do encourage the community because, as we all know, as the community grows, Qoin and the value of our ecosystem grows as well. So it's really important that everybody supports, that they connect with our social media platforms, and that's your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn. And make sure that you're liking and you're sharing what's happening within your Qoin community, and that you're attracting and bringing your friends, family, business associates to have a look at what is happening within the world of Qoin. It's also the perfect avenue, ladies and gentlemen, for you to keep up to date with what's happening. And as you've probably seen, with only 11 months in of the Qoin community and the Qoin movement, there's been a lot happen, and there's so much more to come in the even before Christmas. So make sure you're attached to our social media channels and that you're liking and you're sharing, because as I said, it's everybody that is going to prosper with the evolution and the growth of the Qoin community around the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's your quick snapshot of what the marketing team has been doing for you. We're going to go to a quick break. And when we come back from that break, we've got our keynote session that I mentioned about. So we have Peter Fenton, Ross Oakhill and Mark First, who are going to be joining me. They're going to be talking about how to truly realise the value of your Qoin within the community. Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming up in 1 minute. Have a quick glass of water. We'll see you very shortly.
Is important because there is talent everywhere, but opportunity is not evenly distributed.
In a world where this technology is fully adopted, it won't matter what country you're born in. All that will matter is that you have a mobile phone and internet connection, and you have skills and knowledge to learn, and you can contribute to the global economy. You can benefit from the world, and the world can benefit from you.
Think about what kind of economy we could have if we had a global currency that we were all responsible for and all invested in. It opens up opportunity for everybody.
Just being able to trust that if I do good work in the world and someone compensates me for it, I will be able to keep that wealth. That's such a powerful idea that it actually encourages people to try to do more good things in the world.
If you've got lots of people who are invested in each other's success, literally, they're invested in each other's success at a broader level.
I think cryptocurrencies are going to be as impactful to humanity as the internet has been.
Digital currency and blockchain can bind us in ways that we wouldn't be bound before.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from that quick break. I hope you've refreshed with water or a coffee, and now we're going to kick into the keynote session for today. So I'm joined by our panel of trading specialists, and I'd like to introduce them just in a moment. So firstly, what are we going to talk through in this next session with the boys? We're going to have a look at what's been happening within the Qoin community with buying and selling, with transactions. We're going to be having a look at what's coming up in the world of Qoin, as again, Tony mentioned at the beginning of the event in relation to that exciting Q shop. And the gentleman will then be available for some questions and answers toward the end of the session. So I'd like to introduce firstly the three trading specialists on the panel for you today. Firstly, introducing Mark First. Mark is the Qoin Director the Qoin Directory Product Manager of Qoin Australia. There you go, Mark, the newest in the team, and I nearly gave you a promotion. As the newest executive in the Qoin team, Mark served an extensive career in the travel and tourism sector, predominantly at a management level or a senior management level in five-star hotels such as Hilton Group. Mark also worked within the product development sector of the tourism industry, and through this experience brings his high quality of standards, especially focusing within exceptional custom services, to this exciting new role. And we're going to hear from Mark in a minute about that role. Joining Mark, Ross Oakhill is the Chief Revenue Officer. And Ross, with a high level of proficiency in sales leadership, training, mentoring and culture, Ross oversees basically all of the aspects of the field resources regarding revenue generating activities, and that includes acquisition, and it also includes the merchant account management. With a background of finance and banking, Ross is absolutely no stranger to the digital currency industry, spending more than 25 years brokering and supporting small businesses and accepting alternative. Welcome to Ross. And finally, the third of the panel, and certainly not least, is Mr. Peter Fenton, the Digital Trading Officer for Qoin Australia. Again, Peter, coming from 25 years of experience in digital trading through Canada and also Australia, including senior roles with multiple trade exchanges throughout those countries and also with Qoin. Pete's pure focus is to ensure there are as many trading opportunities visible to the Qoin community every day, and that is to fulfill the true value in Qoin as a utility coin. So, gentlemen, it's awesome to have you. Welcome. And I'm going to kick off with you, Mark. And you're brand new within the role. What's been happening within your area in the first few weeks of taking over?
Thanks, Andrew, for the intro there. Look, I'm really excited, first of all, to be part of the Qoin movement. So, look, just to give a little bit of a summary of my role, when I sat down with Tony and Raj and sort of scoped out the role, you know, what really sort of I saw, first of all, was that the role's really about safeguarding the value and user experience of Qoin. So, look, unlike a lot of cryptocurrencies out there, Qoin's been engineered to be a utility token. So what that means is it's there to be used. Okay, so, you know, it's supposed to be transacted. We want people to be earning Qoin and spending Qoin. Interestingly, one of the things I've learned just in a short time is that within the first 7 or 8 months of the Qoin movement, we've grown to nearly 15,000 merchants. And so that leaves us as having the largest merchant community within the cryptocurrency industry in the world, which is just a phenomenal achievement in such a short period of time. And central to that utility really is the Qoin directory. So, you know, we've really acknowledged the fact that the directory is the you know, the key valuable asset to the Qoin community. It's where our users go to connect with merchants so that they can spend their Qoin. So a good, highly functioning directory is essential to that user experience. So look, a couple of weeks into the role, so I've had to really sort of start off by, you know, hit the ground running, so to speak. So just to give you a few highlights of that first couple of weeks, been working quite closely with our tech partners, just looking at the search functionality of the directory, some of those default settings that we've got in place. So when we first started off 7 or 8 months ago, we only had a few hundred merchants. So what was set in place at that time was fit for purpose then. But what we're doing is just reviewing that now that we've got 15,000 merchants after that phenomenal growth. Just to see whether we need to change that up a little bit. Next thing that we've been working on is the implementation and execution of a quality assurance and assistance program for all of our current merchants. And so the focus there is to get really good quality and a pure directory, also focusing on how we get more high demand product into the community. And, you know, one of the other things I think in the first couple of weeks is there's just been a real desire from our users, you know, and demand to be able to list specific products and services with us. You can sort of see it through some of the social media and so forth that demand's out there. So I'm pleased to, you know, I guess on Tony's comment that we've enhanced the directory to be able to have the Q shop, which will allow people to be able to list their products and services on there. And I'm sure Pete will touch on that a lot more and give you a lot more detail on that. Yep. Thanks, Andrew.
Mark, thank you very much. And really an important new key role within the business, and one that I really truly believe will even more enhance the value within the actual coin. That community sort of really using Qoin as that utility coin. So congratulations, great insight to the new role. Only 5 minutes into it, which is all good. You've done a lot in a very, very short space of time, but certainly welcome aboard, Mark. Ross, I'm going to jump over to you if you don't mind, and yeah, sort of get how Qoin has been from your perspective.
No worries. Thank you, Andrew, and welcome everybody. It's great to be here again on our second event. What I was going to talk about today is my team at the moment, as Andrew mentioned, are out there talking and dealing with merchants in looking at finding them products that they can purchase using their coin, but also helping them, sell and earn that extra coin. So during all this discussion, what I'd like to share with you guys today is some of the stories of how people are utilising Qoin out there in the community currently. One of the first ones, one particular person has mentioned that they're looking at every opportunity to conserve cash. And simple things like they claim that they bought, the majority of their Christmas presents, they're getting lawn mowing done at their house on a regular basis, they're getting their pool cleaned, and they're also going and buying the essentials like meat and food and that sort of stuff. So it's a great way that they're using that just to offset those everyday cash expenses and keeping some cash in their account. Another one, particular one, a very happy Qoin merchant who has been doing hampers. And what she said to one of my team was, she's so excited about the ability that Qoin has given them as an additional sales channel. But what she actually mentioned too is, through these Qoin merchants that are coming and buying hampers from her, she's actually picking up also additional cash business. So she's seeing Qoin as 2 additional sales channels that are bringing extra business to her. Another one, and this one's probably more around like collectively and all of us building the community. Someone told the story that they actually selected 12 of their family or friends or associates and they gifted them some Qoin. So they asked them to download their wallet, gifted them 100 Qoin each, just so they could get a taste of how the Qoin works and how the community operates. And from that, a number of those, 3 or 4 of those people have actually joined their own business into the community. So building that merchant ecosystem within the community as well, which I think is a fantastic thing for everybody to think about doing to help us all build this community. Another one, a building supply company, bought a large amount, over $200,000 at wholesale price worth of bathroom products, which they didn't previously sell through their building supply company. So they have added that and sort of extra, what would you call it, an extra item that they're selling through their business, and they purchased that on using Qoin wholly and solely. One thing that's actually very interesting and excites me more so is a number of stories of merchants out there or consumers approaching people through avenues such as Facebook Marketplace, car sales, boat sales, all that sort of thing. And they're actually approaching people on a product they're interested in and offering to them Qoin as a method of payment. And there has been some success stories where, the seller's been open to looking at how Qoin worked. So they've explained it to them, closed the deal and bought that particular item that they wanted. So keeping that in mind too, just because someone isn't in the system right now, you can either introduce them into the system or refer them and get an agent to go out and sign them up as well. One of the last but probably exciting one is, one lucky person was actually able to purchase a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom investment property on 100% Qoin. So they've used their Qoin that has appreciated in value over time and put it into a bricks and mortar investment, which is now going to provide that person a residual income in cash ongoing because they have no borrowing or debts against that property. That's probably a very exciting one. And these things, as it grows, the opportunities in that are just becoming more and more exciting. And there's probably no limit to what you could actually do and how you could utilise your Qoin. After hearing these stories, please take the time as merchants yourself, business owners or consumers, to sit down and have a think about, the creative ways that you can implement similar to those stories, or come up with some of your own ways how you can implement it in your business. And please keep in mind, involve other people within your business or within your connections or your community in how you can do these things. So that's what my team's been sort of looking at, and just some of the stories I wanted to share with you guys as merchants. Thank you, Andrew.
That's awesome, Ross. And I think probably the biggest key point there, it's not actually just what's available within the community, but it was the example that Ross gave of it's going to Gumtree, it's going to those cash areas, it's looking about what you want, and then it's educating and offering Qoin as a payment force. So it's not just about utilising that coin within the community, but it's also, you know, the world's your oyster. You can go and fish in every pond if you're more than happy to talk about what you're passionate about, and you can have basically anything you want on Qoin. So really, really good point, Ross, and very much appreciate that. Pete, you sort of been going third all morning. I apologise to that, but we're going to finish sort of finally with you. Obviously, a very, very key area of digital trading. You know, one of the biggest key areas of the business. Pete, what's been going on in your world?
Thanks, Andrew. I like number 3, so 3 is not a bad number. I'm okay with that. Hello, everybody again. I saw you in the last masterclass, so it's nice to be here again. Probably just want to touch on Ross and Mark's comments just around, you know, the directory and growing the network. You know, we all have a collective responsibility to ensure that, you know, what we are offering to the community is clear and concise and accurate. And then more importantly, as Ross touched on, we got to share this fantastic story with as many people as we can. You know, this is all about growth and prosperity for everybody that's involved in the community. And the stories now, I mean, the last masterclass, we had a couple of stories, to be fair. They weren't as plentiful. And it just every single day, the fantastic things that people are doing with Qoin. You know, we've got Qoin that's growing in value, and we have cash that's depreciating in value. So it's just such an exciting time. Everybody's sort of mentioned what I've been working on for the last little while, and I guess it's the worst kept secret, but that's QShop. So QShop, probably over the last 6 months, we have seen a need, and we've spoken to so many merchants. We've seen a need for additional ways for people to promote themselves to earn more Qoin. Yeah, so that's really what we want to try to focus on. And there have been some fantastic social media channels created by ourselves and others, where people are able to sell products and promote services, and that's fantastic. So what that's done for us is it sort of hurried us along, and as Mark mentioned, we do have an enhancement coming to our directory, and that is the QShop. So people will be able to list products as well as services. And again, it goes to, I think, what Andrew touched on. We want as many spending opportunities as visible as possible to each and every merchant and consumer every day. So not only is it great to be able to spend Qoin, but we have a lot of people that want to earn Qoin and earn more Qoin. And I've had so many stories where people are saying, Pete, hurry up with the shop, hurry up with the shop. I'm spending so much Qoin, I need to earn more, which is wonderful. So once that shop is up, and it's imminent, which is great, it'll be communicated to everybody. It's a very simple process to load your product and or service. So we're very excited that the QShop's coming. So yes, that's been my sort of life for the last few months working with the tech guys, but it's awesome. It's going to be ready for Christmas. We can Christmas shop, and yeah, it's going to be great. So that's it for me.
Absolutely. Thank you very, very much, mate. And yes, maybe one of the worst kept secrets in the last sort of few days. I actually think we made an announcement on the Qoin.world newsroom last night about QShop. But hey, I was still excited, so don't despair. But you actually said just then, I think the key point out of there is it's really not just within the Qoin community, but within the general public. It's actually going to get everybody to stop and think, here's a new way to shop for Christmas. It's not all about online cash outlets anymore. So a really, really exciting time. And again, I think everybody would agree very much all for the benefit in the Qoin community, because if you're part of the Qoin community, as it grows, everybody prospers. So really exciting. And thanks, guys, for a bit of an overview. We've got a couple of questions coming through. I'm just going to digress off script for a moment. We've had Herman from Culinary Foods come through just a short while ago. And Herman's put forward that he wants the Northern Rivers to grow. He wants more merchants down there. And he followed that up by saying, I love Qoin and I want to continue to see it grow. So Herman, thank you for your shout out. And absolutely, we'll talk with the Gold Coast agent team that we've got, and we may come down and pay you a visit down that way and bring some more merchants on for you. But you know what? It was the following comment of, I just love this Qoin community and I love to see it grow. And I was talking with the guys prior to going live this morning. And you know what? It's actually an honour for us to serve the Qoin community, all of you guys that are at this event with us, and actually seeing the passion and what's being driven and the grasp that everybody has had within the Qoin community, that it's a true utility coin. We all know that we're different to a traditional cryptocurrency, but how everybody has embraced it, it's just an absolute honour for all of us to actually be involved in that. And really, what we're here to do over the next sort of few years is give this unique property a safe passage into the open world. So for us to be able to do that, and for the commentary that we always get from you guys, I just wanted to say absolutely appreciate it on behalf of all of us. So guys, I'm going to run into, and for the audience, you've got the opportunity there, you've got a question tab. So if you'd like to ask a question of Mark, Peter and Ross, please type one up and I'll see them come up on screen. But while that's happening, guys, if I can actually just run through a few frequently asked questions that have really come up consistently over the last 9 months, because I think that a number of the questions that may come through are going to be answered within this, if you don't mind. So I may sort of kick it off, if you don't mind. And firstly, how will you guys ensure that everyone in the directory is accepting Qoin?
Can I take that one first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, and I'm sure that there's a number of the audience out there that would like an answer to this one. So to answer it, I think we need to sort of look at really who's responsible for this. And I think we're all responsible. You know, everyone within the movement needs to take ownership for this. My understanding is that most merchants that have come into the community, they've bought into the vision, growth and prosperity. So there's a level of responsibility for those merchants to ensure that they're putting together a really great directory description that's highlighting their products and services. It's really important that they have an accurate and well-defined you know, information about what they're actually selling and when they're selling it. Really important, it sounds really simple, but to have correct contact details on their listing. So, you know, we've had a lot of business owners come into Qoin who are super excited to be involved, but they've put their own contact details on their listings. So the reality of their business is, though, that their frontline staff take those sales, make the bookings and do those, you know, take the inquiries. So, you know, sometimes that hurts with the user experience because they're not talking to the person that they need to speak to. So that sort of leads to my next point that, you know, the merchant's got a responsibility to educate their staff and their key people within their business all about Qoin, how they to transact with it, and to also empower them to make sure that they've got people within the business that can accept Qoin as a payment method, you know, instead of having to rely on that business owner all of the time. So another key point too is that if something changes within the business, they need to edit and update their listing, okay? So look, you know, we get that there are some merchants out there that aren't accepting Qoin, but by and large, that's usually because of lack of education on the merchant's part in terms of what their responsibilities are to the Qoin community. And sometimes it's that the you know, they don't really understand the true value of their coins. So, you know, that's something that we look to try and you know, have those merchants understand. So, you know, ideally and ultimately, we'd like to have all merchants within the directory accepting Qoin. You know, we have the situation that we don't really want to be delisting anybody, but, you know, if they're not going to accept Qoin, they're not really adding any value to the community. So, you know, if we can't educate them in and around that, then unfortunately some will have to come out of it. So for our part, in terms of Qoin, we have been validating that acceptance through our quality assurance and assistance program with the current merchants. And, you know, we're just making sure that they've got up-to-date listings, those listings are accurate and they truly understand the value of their Qoin.
Just to add to that, but probably one of the most important things that Mark was mentioning then is it's our job collectively, not just us here at Qoin, but also everybody that's in the community to really start educating people. You know, for the coin movement to really take off, it does take everybody in a movement or a community to educate people on how it works. Because just because a merchant says to you he's not taking coin, take that as an opportunity to educate him further. You know, and obviously then you may be able to convince him to accept coin from you for his product or service. But it's about a collective group of us educating people on how coin can work, because it's new to the majority of people out there. A majority of business owners don't really understand digital currencies or cryptos, as some others are called.
Well said. And just on that, we're all going to jump in on this one, sorry. But just on that, it was interesting, and some people on the call today will recall this. There was a particular merchant through a social media channel who was actually only doing 25% in coin. And I have to say, the community, the movement, not only educated, but got behind this particular merchant. And of course, now he's doing all coin. And he's open for business. More people have come. They're telling their friends. So that was a great example of that community, you know, coming together. And it wasn't about being angry. It was about just educating and talking about the benefits. And now he's wrapped and moving forward. So yeah, it's really good.
Gentlemen, a little bit of a passionate question to start with there. Everybody wanted to jump in. So, but all great answers. And I think, you know, the biggest thing out of it is it's everybody's responsibility. I think Ross mentioned that. Hey, I just want to go to a couple of audience comments prior to going into the next question. Firstly, Lindsay, has Qoin thought about starting an affiliate program for people to market Qoin to grow the business? Absolutely, Lindsay, and tech is working on that. It's certainly in the plan, and I think we'll be seeing that coming in early 2021, sort of that first quarter. So hold tight, it's definitely coming. Tech has had a fairly heavy workload, but the affiliate program is absolutely on the list. And hey, Katrina, from In Vogue Hair Designers, congratulations. I have my first client paying with Qoin today. That's what we like to hear. Congratulations. Katrina, gentlemen, throw back to you. Is there an expectation that every merchant accepts 100% Qoin?
Yeah, I'll talk about that one, Andrew. Let me ask the community yourself that's on this webinar today is, why wouldn't you take 100%? If you look at so far the fantastic growth of Qoin, you know, and where it is, why would you want to take less or reduce your ability to earn more of Qoin? Looking at it from another perspective also, and I'll take a little bit from what Peter was talking about, that particular merchant. If you look at it from a customer point of view as well, you know, advertising your business, accepting full Qoin, makes you more attractive to the customer who will want to come in and use your product and service. The example Peter was giving, I think, was a pizza shop, and he was actually struggling to attract business and people coming to him because he was only accepting 25%. You know, and through some education and that, and now that he's taking 100%, he's actually getting people coming from a lot further than he ever has in the cash economy to buy his pizzas. So the biggest thing is making it attractive as well. And as the community grows, obviously competition is going to come into play for most businesses. And one of the things is, you know, by accepting full Qoin may make you stand out over that competitor who may not be prepared to take full Qoin at that time as well. So in a nutshell is, you know, why would you? You want to be earning as much Qoin as possible and standing out over your competitors within this ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ross. Question coming in from Greg, and if you don't mind, I'll answer that one. I find many merchants in the directory don't understand Qoin. So is there more support going forward for new merchants in the way that they can install their wallet and participate in the Qoin community? The simple answer is yes. One of those key individuals that we're looking at right now on screen being Mark First, and that is the reason that a senior executive has been put in front of this particular project, and that is the Qoin directory. So you're certainly going to see that really start to be tightening up, a lot more education coming out for the merchants, how to download their wallets and how to use Qoin as well. Absolutely, and appreciate that feedback. Gentlemen, back to you. We're going to look at one more, and then we're going to move on, just with that little time delay that we did prior to the event starting, so conscious of people's time. Just a quick one before we shoot to you. Are there Qoin logos available for us to add to our invoices? Absolutely, and they're available for you through the Qoin website. So gentlemen, why should I spend my Qoin now rather than waiting to cash out on exchanges?
Okay, we've probably all got comments on this, but if you don't mind, guys, I'll start off on this one. The way I look at it is, you know, as we're all aware, the algorithm is based on merchants growing. So the more merchants that come in, help the algorithm. Another factor to take into consideration is, as merchants, they're joining the ecosystem to attract extra business. So I think as a community, we all need to ensure that every new merchant that comes in is gaining a level of additional sales. That's what they've come in for. So I encourage everybody to spend with the merchants that are coming in, the new ones, because obviously we want to make that merchant happy so he continues to remain part of the community and has a positive effect on the value of Qoin. Another thing to look at too is, you know, obviously the ability to cash out on exchanges and that will become available in the near future. But if you actually look at what the cost associated with cashing out through any type of exchange platform or any type of selling an asset, you know, you may only be realising 80 to 90% of the value of Qoin cashing out through any exchange or through different platforms. A lot of the examples that I gave you earlier, where people are using Qoin as the utility and spending it, they're actually realising the full value of Qoin when they're purchasing that product or service. So I'm sure everybody would agree, you know, that is a far better option than actually having to pay costs to, you know, look at cashing out through whatever exchange platforms there may be in the future.
Yeah. And can I just add, I mean, I've been involved with digital currencies for a long time. And, you know, I think the one thing about Qoin is in the past, with some of them that I've been involved with, there have been limitations. But when you do actually look through the Qoin directory, you can damn near buy everything. Like, there's so much available. And with some of the great products that are coming on the Q Shop as well, I mean, it's not limited in its use. So I think, yeah, and I think, as you said, Ross, it's about, we've got to make sure we support every single merchant, because, you know, if every merchant is strong in the community and we can get that foundation right, and then the consumers support that well, then we're just going to continue to attract more merchants and more consumers, which is just going to help the value over time.
By supporting them helps it grow.
Yeah,
and as we all know, everyone's probably heard the figures, you know, there's over 2,000 merchants joining in Australia alone.
Mm-hmm.
So as this thing grows bigger, we just want to make sure that everybody's getting a piece of the pie and earning some coin and that, and remain as happy merchants and stay within our community.
Yep.
Absolutely. Thank you, gentlemen. A couple of questions coming through in relation to effectively BTX or the exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll just make a quick point on that. There was a release or an update put on the Qoin.world. Go to the tab newsroom, and that actually has some details about BTX. So I'd welcome you all to go and have a look at that update that went up a few days ago, and that should answer a lot of the questions that are coming through, and it probably encapsulates most of what's asking. Mark, I'm just going to throw a quick one to you to finish, if you don't mind, because I think it is important. It's got to do with the new Q Shop coming out. How will I load my products onto the Q Shop, and will there be a rating system on the Q Shop like eBay? So a couple of questions in one, and if we can do it in record time, that would be great.
Okay, so look, on the question on the rating system, the short answer is yes, we will be having a rating system, and its implementation is imminent. To expand on the answer a little bit, you know, we've done a lot of research in and around rating systems for consumer platforms and so forth. And, you know, most merchants that are out there would know that sometimes these can be incredibly positive and sometimes they can also be quite damaging. So, you know, you get situations where people can write malicious comments and, you know, really negative, unfair comments that can damage the reputation of that merchant's business. And so we don't really want to have that happening to, you know, the vast number of wonderful merchants that we've got that are out there. So we've decided to take quite a conservative approach to the rollout of the rating system, where we will initially just have the merchants and Qoin support that will be able to see those comments. Now, the reason for that is that just gives us an opportunity to take any negative comments, or if we get, you know, kind of a pattern of negative comments, take it to that merchant and workshop it through with them to overcome any of those challenges. But ultimately, the intention is to have a fully fledged peer-to-peer rating system that's visible for all users.
Yeah.
Mark, I think, sorry, Peter.
Yeah, and so, you know, and I'll just add on to that, I mean, the second part of that question, if that's okay, with the Q shop and how will I list? The first iteration, I'm not going to get away from this. I'm going to have to give out a lot of information on the Q shop here. But the first iteration of the Q shop is what we call a non-transactional platform. So it'll be very similar for those that may know of a Gumtree or a Facebook Marketplace, where a merchant and or a consumer will be able to put up a product listing or a service listing. And how you'll basically do that, to sort of really answer the question, is you will simply through your wallet or through your PC, you will go in, you will select product, which is the product type. You will put in a description of what you're selling. So it could be a phone. I don't have a phone in my hand. It could be an iPhone 10. I will select whether it's new or used. I will put a description in as to that particular product. I'll add some images. I'll put in a price, and then I'll simply press publish. So it's a very simple process to answer how people will list. And it's very similar to the best sort of tech you've seen from a consumer merchant perspective. So that's first iteration. And then later, moving into 2021, that's where we'll look to enable people where their own websites can accept Qoin payments and move into the shop sort of structure for merchants. But that first iteration, and if I can just say, we've got a team right now stocking the shelves. It's very important for us that when we do turn the Q shop on, the shelves aren't bare, so that we do have stock. So we have people working behind the scenes with some of the merchants, and maybe some of them are on today's webinar. And I got to tell you, yeah, there's furniture, there's clothing, there's petrol carts, there's Woolies carts, there's clothing, there's bikes, there's sporting goods, there's travel, there's accommodation. So, you know, it probably goes back to what we were talking about earlier. I can do all my Christmas shopping for even the most picky person in my family this year. So that's really exciting. So yeah, that sort of just answers how someone will list. And of course, there'll be, you know, complete user guides and support on how to do that once we roll that out. And that will come out over the next week. So very exciting.
Peter, Ross, and Mark, thank you very much again. And I think in summary, in relation to the Q shop, and Mark was referencing the ratings, we've actually taken the best bits from a lot of current online platforms rather than trying to reinvent the wheel to really make it a user-friendly experience for all of the Qoin communities. So that's awesome. So, gentlemen, firstly, thanks to all of you. I really believe that you've certainly reiterated the true reason why Qoin was first developed, and that was to be used as a true utility coin. We know that definition of a utility coin is a coin or token that has emerged within a blockchain or within an ecosystem to be used for everyday purchases, and that is the true core and why Qoin is here. And certainly we know that we're different to other cryptos, and that was very, very purposeful of why we invented, why we projected Qoin the way that we did. But I really do think that your session, gentlemen, has given a little bit more of depth and insight around that utility coin and the true value of Qoin and the sustainability that we're looking at having within the community in the future. So, gentlemen, again, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, for you, the viewers, we're going to have a short break. And then coming back after the break, we have Justine Oakfield, the COO of Qoin, who's really going to talk to us about the human side of the Qoin community. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We're coming back very shortly.
If I have a dollar bill, I can hand that directly to somebody else. There was no bank in the middle there. With digital currency and blockchain, it's actually more similar to cash, yet again, where I can send something directly to somebody else, and I don't necessarily have to go through middlemen like a credit card company.
We can go back to how we normally transacted, which is directly with each other without all these giant central parties in between.
When computer scientists talk about the concept of so-called decentralization, what they mean is to avoid this idea of a single point of failure.
A single point of failure like we have with institutions.
If you have a single bank and that bank has all your money and then that bank fails, well, everyone's out of money. Whereas if you have lots of different individual nodes, hard drives and phones and so on that have some money, well, they're probably not all going to fail at the same time.
So you no longer need the middleman to keep track of an internal ledger. All these computers are writing everything down for you.
That network effect makes it unbreakable.
So technology makes us richer and wealthier because you need less time or less money or less effort to get something done.
Break again. Hope you've refreshed that coffee or water. I'd love now to move on and introduce to you Justine Oakhill, the Chief Operating Officer of Qoin Australia. With over 25 years' experience in alternative payment methods, Justine is also the CEO for Bartercard Australia, which was the first alternate payment platform, trading in excess of 10 billion over its 30-year history on a virtual trading platform. Tenure with Bartercard Australia, Justine was awarded numerous international national awards for outstanding performance and also specialises in operations, franchising administration and tech development, providing strategic direction to the business units. Justine is currently instrumental in the operation and development of Qoin, the digital currency, including the development of the recruitment, training and support. Justine developed a unique support structure for merchants, and she's going to be talking a lot about that today, through a dedicated call centre, and also personally demonstrates a very high passion for her people, for driving culture, customer satisfaction, and also recognition within the workplace. A true all-rounder. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Justine Oakhill.
Hi everyone, my name's Justine. As Andrew said, I'm the CEO of Qoin Australia. So we all know that this year has been very unique. With COVID, it's affected businesses and families all over the world. So here at Qoin though, we've been really fortunate to have the most incredible year, and we've been able to positively impact the businesses and lives of those who have joined us for our exciting journey so far. So I have the pleasure of showcasing for all of you some of the highlights of our Qoin journey this year and the people behind the movement and the infrastructure supporting the merchants. In November last year, Qoin was launched to an exclusive group of Bartercard members over a series of events that we refer affectionately to as the Qoin Roadshow. So we held 12 functions over 2 months in every state of Australia. The Qoin executive team and each state team created a small level of excitement, and that was how Qoin was born. On the 26th of January, the Qoin blockchain was switched on in New York City. Based on the Qoin platform built by the world's largest bank, JP Morgan, and technology giant Microsoft, our Qoin blockchain emerged. We commenced the year with one small group of agents and masters who were actually the pioneers of Qoin, bringing on merchants into the system with massive hopes and dreams of what Qoin had the potential to become. On February the 14th, our Qoin wallet app was launched in the Apple and Google stores, and we commenced with around 200 merchants listed in our online directory. The very first transaction in the wallet was for 3 coffees at the beautiful Equinox Cafe located in Busselton, WA. The transaction then was for $13, which was 86 coin at the time. Today, those 3 coffees are valued at over $317. Over February and March, we continued to recruit and train new agents, and our team grew to about 30 agents at the time. On the 3rd of April, the Qoin wallet went live in the wallet. The value went live in the wallet at 15 cents, with around 500 merchants on board at that time. At the same time, everything in Australia became really serious with Corona, and business as we knew it massively changed. As borders closed in Australia and we went into lockdown, we evolved our business to suit the times. We had previously conducted all of our training face-to-face, flying to major cities around Australia and training the new agents. Because of COVID, Zoom became our greatest tool. Between April and June, we trained over 100 new agents via Zoom. Our Zoom training was so inspirational, and the opportunity to join Qoin and be part of the movement was life-changing for many of our agents. More and more new agents were flocking to join us. People who had lost their careers, people who were in massive lockdown, who needed a change in their lives, and those who were looking for something and a new exciting purpose. The Qoin movement grew substantially during Corona and became a beacon of light, providing hope to businesses and people across Australia. Under such difficult circumstances, Qoin shone, and it grew faster than we ever imagined. There were many stories from our merchants of Qoin being the only business tool that allowed their business to continue over those challenging times. It gave them a new market, a new customer base of dedicated, passionate buyers and sellers. So how exciting and inspiring. We had reached around 8,000 merchants by June, the end of the financial year, and about 130 dedicated agents. Qoin had secured itself as the latest, most exciting digital currency on the market. The Qoin movement had now become viral, and word of mouth attraction, it just blossomed. Month after month, we smashed our goals of growth, and by June, the Qoin value was 92 cents Australian dollars in the wallet. Our master agent structure grew to 12 masters located in every region in Australia. The Zoom training went from classes of 25 to 30 each month to over 50 at our most recent training earlier this month. Every agent who joins Qoin participates in a week-long structured formal training provided by our Qoin team. The agents learn the skills required to educate business owners on the benefits of Qoin and the SME market. And you can see the training movement is just phenomenal. In September, our global expansion commenced with our launch into New Zealand. We expanded our Qoin support team from Australia to also cover New Zealand. Qoin is the only digital currency that is transactional and has a dedicated support team for our merchants. Our support team's role in both Australia and New Zealand is to specifically support the agents and onboard the merchants onto the platform. This team's focus is on training and educating merchants and business owners on how to utilise Qoin in their business. This is a major point of difference between Qoin and all other digital currencies. No other digital currency provides support to a free transactional platform with over 15,000 merchants in our first year. We've had an incredibly passionate and driven team of agents and ambassadors across Australia and New Zealand. And despite the difficulty of the year that we've all faced, our teams have been working really hard to enrich the lives of the business owners through what Qoin is offering. So let me introduce you to some of the agents and the ambassador teams that drive the Qoin movement forward. Firstly, our BCQ team is our biggest team in the Qoin movement, with over 150 people covering all areas across Australia and New Zealand. This passionate and dedicated team has an average experience level of over 15 years working with digital currencies. This is our Western Force team based in WA, celebrating their successful year with over 1,200 merchants joining the system from their efforts alone. Our Qoin Stars, based in New South Wales, are one of our early adopter teams led by the ever-professional Michael Starr. Our Qoinkerers, who are based in Melbourne, Victoria. This was our first agent team in Qoin. Ange and Belinda joined us as a master back in late 2019 and so have been the pioneers in our Qoin journey. This year, this team was all in lockdown for over 6 months, hence the masks. But as a team, they contributed to over 20% of the entire merchants in the Qoin network despite their lockdown. This is our Gold Coast Heat team based on the beautiful Gold Coast and another one of our pioneer teams led by Bill Maywes. A team with agents who are very passionate about their merchants being promoted and getting new business through Qoin. Tropical North Queensland, living it up in the beautiful tropical top of Australia. Our Q Factors, based in Brisbane. Coining it from the Gold Coast. And Team Infinite Qoin, who are our newest team to join us. As you can see, there's a huge infrastructure of resources in the Qoin movement. The main focus is all about driving growth through merchant acquisition. We have team members covering all aspects of the business, from sales, support, transacting, marketing, sponsorships, the tech team, administration, everything. As the merchant base grows, so does the Qoin value and the prosperity for all. All of this is in place supporting you, our merchants and consumers. We've had incredible feedback from our Qoin merchants across Australia. This includes statements from merchants like, Qoin saved my business over COVID. Without Qoin, I would have had no income in my business, and many more statements like that. We're showcasing our merchants every week in social media channels and our Qoin classifieds, allowing them to advertise their goods in our promotional material. And as Peter shared with us, it will be so exciting to everyone when we can use the Q Shop. So many great ways to promote your business, and the best part, as we all know, Qoin is a community with a completely free platform. Although COVID slowed us down face-to-face, interacting for months, Queensland was recently able to sponsor a small business expo across the state. We have partnered with Paula Brand, one of the loyal merchants, as a proud sponsor of the small business expos each year. Getting our Qoin brand out there in the public market is the responsibility of all of those in the movement. Our merchants, consumers, our agents, and our ambassadors. So every time the Qoin movement grows, as we all know, there is a benefit to all parties. As the algorithm grows, the value grows. There is some pics of our Qoin cars racing around the streets of the Gold Coast and the streets in WA. Were you one of the lucky people who saw Qoin in the skies over Sydney recently? So not only has it been wonderful to conduct so many online events this year, giving education to all, what has been most exciting is hearing so many people that have never been on Zoom before, never attended an online seminar before. These things are now the new norm. And at Qoin, we've taken it upon ourselves to be the conduit of educating this market on the new industry called cryptos or digital currency. We want to make sure that each of you understand that this market is how to leverage it so that you can achieve prosperity and growth in this industry. Our Qoin executives, we've had so much fun over the last kind of 6 months filming for all the Qoin live events, as you can see. Our Qoin Governor and Director, Tony Wieser, and Director Raj Patak have been in the media, with lots of interest being stimulated by Qoin's incredible growth in its first year and the Qoin movement. So look out for us next year in your local shopping centre when we launch the Qoin kiosks across Australia and New Zealand. This is a pic of our Gold Coast Qoin team who have been signing up new wallet holders and merchants at one of the largest shopping centres here on the Gold Coast. As well as our incredible team involved directly with the merchants are all the tech partners we are working together with. So starting with Quorum, the New York-based platform our Qoin blockchain is built on. Quorum has recently been acquired by Consensus, the New York global leader in enterprise blockchain development. Alpha Wallet is based in Sydney, our partners in the Qoin wallet. Kaleido, based in North Carolina, our blockchain consultants. Our Melbourne-based XWP engineers that have worked with the Qoin internal tech team to develop and enhance the Q Shop, which includes our business listings, products and services, which the guys were talking about just before. So Trulio is the Canadian-based global leader in electronic identification and address verification. The Qoin app is one of the first digital currencies to have active KYC, which is Know Your Customer, functionality within the wallet. And lastly, Blockchain Exchange, BTX as we call it, developed exclusively to trade the Qoin digital currency. BTX has a simple and secure way to trade Qoin blocks with fiat currencies. Next week, BTX and the Q Shop open, which will be the final incredible milestone for our first year of operation. I hope you've all enjoyed an insight into the people behind the Qoin movement, our infrastructure that supports you, our merchants, and our exciting journey over the last 12 months. The association has seen the Qoin community grow to over 25,000 wallet holders, including 15,000 validated merchants. Thank you to all our merchants and consumers for your support in joining us in the Qoin movement. And cheers to all the incredible growth during a very tough year for business. In closing, as Henry Ford stated back in the early 1900s, if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. All the best.
Justine, thank you very much. Always informative. Just a quick point, I think, with those Qoin cars racing around the Gold Coast and Western Australia, I think driving carefully is certainly what we meant as well. So, but no, great session, Justine, and it really does show the human element and what you've achieved so far with the support team. through Qoin. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the home front. Firstly, though, prior to introducing our director to give us a bit of his overview of the first year of Qoin, I just want to run through a few questions, statements that have been coming through. Firstly, there's been a number of people ask about the recording. Will it be available after this event? Absolutely is the answer to that. So it will be available on demand from later this afternoon. Once the Redback team renders, they'll then set up. So your registration that you've entered for this particular event, you can use that. So if you leave it until a bit later on this afternoon, that will be on demand and that will be up on the platform for 12 months. So you can either watch it this evening, tomorrow, next week, or on Christmas Day for something exciting to do. Dominic, are you guys going after Kogan, JB Hi-Fi, etc.? Dominic, I think in simplicity, no, we're not. I think there's space in the world for everybody. And what the Qoin community is about is simply building the world's largest shopping community. So I'm sure that there's still going to be space for Kogan and JB Hi-Fi, but we're really passionate, as we know that all the community are, that digital currency is part of where the world is going. So definitely we'll probably give them a bit of a run for their money. Chris, in relation to BTX, the exchange, the boutique exchange that Justine mentioned that is housing Qoin from next week, will it accept other cryptos? What BTX has informed us, Chris, is in the initial stage it will be capable for fiat transactions, but the alternate cryptos as payment to buy and sell coin is certainly on the plan for discussion in 2021. There's been a couple of questions come through relating to Qoin and tax. And ladies and gentlemen, because everybody's situation is different and we respect that, it's very, very difficult for us to ask and answer individual questions and questions relating to tax. So with all tax and crypto, there are some very, very good accountants around the country that do specialise in crypto. There are a number within the Qoin community. So have a look at your Qoin directory, reach out to those guys and they're going to be able to answer the question a lot better than we are. And also, how do the public get involved in Qoin? We actually have many that already have bought into Qoin. They buy Qoin blocks. But how are they going to be able to activate and work within the Qoin community? Well, your consumers have got two things that they can do. They can obviously buy Qoin blocks. They've been able to do that since late September, but also with the Q shop coming in next week, they're going to be able to list products. They're going to be able to earn Qoin that way as well. So your consumers coming into the network certainly will be getting Qoin, and that is just more opportunities for extra customers for all of our merchants. So that was just a few questions to run through, and I think we're ready now. So ladies and gentlemen, to give his overview of 2020 and his vision, I'd like to warmly welcome, and again an honour to welcome the Director of Qoin Australia, Mr. Raj Patak. Raj yields from an Indian origin, Kenyan born, commenced his career within the travel sector in Africa before emigrating to Australia in the early 90s. Australia introduced Raj to the direct sales industry, where within a short period during 1992, with international bartering exchange Bartercard, achieved individual sales results which surpassed all before him. Over the next 10-year period, Raj won every single state, national and international sales award on offer. This led Raj into the sales management and leadership arena, where Raj again built a reputation across borders and industries as a true sales leader. Raj, having worked directly with amazing coaches like Tony Robbins, Tom Hopkins, prides himself on the personal approach to mentoring sales professionals and always leading from the front. In 2018, Raj commenced his biggest challenge, and that was taking on the ownership of two global brands in Bartercard and in Qoin. With his partner, Raj created a new offering to the exciting world of digital currency, and that's the world that we all live in today, ladies and gentlemen, and leads a team of executives across all facets of this exciting new business. Ladies and gentlemen, with great pleasure, I introduce you to Raj Patak.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this year-end trading event. 2020 has been an interesting year. COVID-19 gave us the experience which we never imagined or expected. The entire world was in turmoil and chaos. The world is still not COVID-free. Having said that, with many adversities, there is always an opportunity, and Qoin was born in that adversity. As you heard from my team, the journey of Qoin is ambitious, demanding, and challenging. I'm proud to share, so far this year, we have 25,000 wallet holders, including 15,000 Qoin merchants in Australia and New Zealand who are willing to accept Qoin as a method of payment. Next year, our goal is to have more than 100,000 wallet holders, including 50,000 Qoin merchants who will accept Qoin for their goods and services. We felt your support. It gave us confidence and encouragement. On that note, we are grateful, and I thank you all. Finally, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, a very Happy New Year, and at the same time, I want to take this opportunity to thank my entire team in Australia and New Zealand for working long hours to make this all possible. Goodbye, be safe, see you all in 2021. Thank you.
Raj, short, sharp, and sweet as always, but straight to the point. You are an inspiration. A lot of people talk about that personal passion that you bring. Congratulations and a Merry Christmas to you. Ladies and gentlemen, before I swing into the close of the event, a quick one from Stephen in relation to Qoin and other countries. The simple answer, Stephen, absolutely. So probably by mid to late 2021, you're going to see Qoin in all corners of the world. We currently are working through regulatory in Switzerland, in the UK, Thailand, Singapore, and a number of other countries. We're going to be seeing them in that earlier period of 2021, but rest assured, this global train, I think Tony loves to use the expression, has absolutely left the station, and it's certainly not going to be slowing down in 2021. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say, firstly, thank you to the over 1,000 delegates that have joined us today, which just is an amazing number. Again, apologies for those little technical gremlins. They do happen, even with the world's leading digital currency like Qoin. And we thank our Redback team based out of Sydney for working so hard to get this show on the road. It's been another great event, the Qoin Trading Masterclass. And we really do hope that you've got some insight and a little more education, but I think more so to really grasp what Qoin is about again, and that being that utility coin to be used every day, and that's what's going to make Qoin continue to evolve and be so successful. We had a great review of Raj with his 2020 review, and also our 2021 vision from the Governor, Tony. We do thank you. A wonderful insight into the journey from the team who are behind our Qoin community every day, from Justine, our COO, and to the guys, our keynote forum, to Ross, to Peter, and to Mark. Thank you very, very much for some great insight and some awesome examples of how Qoin is currently working within the ecosystem. We've got the other exciting announcement that was made today in Q-Shop, and also Tony and Justine mentioning BTX, where Qoin will be live on that boutique exchange sometime next week. And we know that a lot of people have been waiting for the information around Q-Shop and BTX, and it was just awesome that we were able to introduce and to announce that today. Now, I mentioned earlier in the show as well in relation to our new Qoin Super Series, and I was going to love to tell you about two events today. I'm going to keep the second one under wraps until possibly later today or maybe the beginning of next week. But what I can announce today, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday, December 14th, we're extremely proud to announce the multi-award-winning producer of the movie documentary Cryptopia and many other awards for his other documentaries, Torsten Hoffmann and his guests will be exclusively live and talking all things movies, crypto, but also Torsten's going to be talking to us about his take on Qoin and his enthusiasm behind this new project. This is your chance, ladies and gentlemen, to get up close and personal with Torsten. So details are going to be released early next week. So make sure you get in and get your front row seat for that one. It's going to be a really cool event, and really proud that Torsten has actually agreed. He researched Qoin and he knows how exciting it is. I also mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a special Christmas offer. It is coming into Christmas. It's been a pretty tough 2020, I think everybody will agree. And from Qoin and from the team at Qoin, we wanted to, give you something a little extra coming into Christmas. So, ladies and gentlemen, valid from now until midnight tonight, your last opportunity for a special event purchase, a special event offer before Qoin goes live at the BTX exchange next week happens right now. So, as you can see on the screen there, you can purchase in from as little as $100, but for anybody that is purchasing $2,500 or over, we would like to add in a Christmas bonus of another 10% worth of Qoin to that. So it is only for registered event participants, but we've made it really simple this time. All you've got to do is go into your Qoin wallet. You'll simply go through and purchase that block or pack as you normally would, and we will be able to align your email address and registration to that particular purchase. And basically, when that coin is delivered to your wallet, it will automatically have that 10% in it for you. So, as I mentioned, all of those blocks or packs above 2,500, an additional 10% little Christmas bonus to say thank you from Qoin. And hey, here's what we believe that you should do with that 10%. Get out there and support your local business. So that little bonus extra that you get, why don't we go out and spend that within the community and really use Qoin as that utility coin that we've talked about all through today. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, over 1,000 joining us today. We greatly and are so honoured to have your continual support. We very much thank you for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hand back to the team in the other studio, and they're going to close off today with a little Christmas message to yourselves and your family from me. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you in the coming weeks with Torsten.
All right, firstly, everybody, we would like to thank all of our merchants, all of our consumers, all of our agents, and all of our ambassadors for the most exciting year that we have ever had in the Qoin movement. We would like to wish all of you, from our family to yours, a very, very Merry Christmas, and we wish you a safe and prosperous 2021. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Woo!